My bully's little brother flirts with me, and he keeps getting jealous. There's blood in my mouth. I'm hiding in the third stall, trying and failing not to cry loud enough for anyone to hear it. Door locked, knees up on the toilet seat like that'll somehow hide me if someone walks in. It smells like bleach and smoke in here. I can still taste blood in my mouth. My lips split. My side hurts like hell. I don't even know the name of the guy who hit me. Some junior, I think. Said I looked at him wrong. Said guys like me should keep their legs crossed. He shoved me into the locker so hard I saw white. And then he and his friend just left, laughing. I don't know why I'm crying now. I held it together earlier, in the hallway, when everyone was watching. But now, I bite my fist to stay quiet. It's just a bruise, Ethan. Just a bruise. Just... The door creaks open. Footsteps. Shit. They're heavy, confident, slow. And then I hear it. The flick of a lighter. A drug. A slow exhale. Smoke curls under the stall door. My heart drops. Avery, I whisper before I can stop myself. He doesn't answer, just leans against the sinks outside. I know that sound. The way his shoulder hits the wall. I heard it enough times before he cornered me in the stairwell or grabbed my backpack to toss it across the hall. My breath catches. I wipe my eyes. I can't let him see me like this. But then, the stall door unlocks. I don't remember unlocking it. He's just there. Standing in front of me like some bored angel of death. Black hoodie, backpack slung low, cigarette between his fingers. He doesn't say anything. Doesn't look shocked, or angry, or anything at all. Just eyes me like I'm something fragile. Like a bruise he didn't make. You gonna hit me too? I snap, even though my voice breaks halfway through. He tilts his head, exhales. Already did that this week. I flinch. He flicks ash onto the tiles. Then, he looks at me. Really looks. Who was it? I don't answer. He nods, like he already knows. Then he turns, walks out, and I think that's it. Until 2 minutes later, the door slams open again. His knuckles are bloody, his cheeks red. One of his fingers is shaking, and he just walks past me, back to the sinks. Washes his hands, silent. Blood swirls down the drain. I didn't ask you to do that, I say, throat tight. I don't give a shit, he mutters. He dries his hands, looks at me again. There's something unreadable in his eyes. You're too soft for this world, he says, almost like he's talking to himself. Then, he walks over, takes off his jacket, and lays it over my shoulders. I freeze. I don't move. The fabric smells like cigarette smoke and aftershave and something I've never let myself name. He doesn't say anything else, just walks out, and I sit there, in his jacket, shaking. My bully just beat the shit out of someone for me. My bully just looked at me like I mattered. I press my face into the sleeve, and I sob harder, because I hate him. I hate him. And God help me, I think I'm in love with him too. 4 years later, you don't realize you've moved on until you run into someone who used to break you, and you don't even flinch. It happened last semester. Some guy from high school used to hang out with Avery, part of that whole group. He passed me in the library, and I swear he did a double take like I was a ghost. And I just raised an eyebrow and went back to highlighting my textbook. That's the moment I knew. I wasn't that kid anymore. I wasn't bleeding in a bathroom stall praying no one found me. I was 23, in college, finally. 2 years late, yeah, but alive, functional, better. Still a little broken around the edges, sure, but now I know where the cracks are. Thanks, therapy. I've got friends now. Not the fake kind, the ride or die kind. I've got my own tiny dorm that smells like vanilla and weed and a little bit like me. I write for the campus zine. I talk in class, I even laugh, sometimes. People know me, Not like I'm popular, but like, oh, Ethan? He's cool. Kind of hot, sarcastic as hell. Which is wild, honestly. But I'll take it. Anyway, Friday night, party time. It's at this apartment off campus, someone's cousin's best friend's place. Loud music, colored lights, one bathroom that doesn't lock. I'm leaning against the kitchen counter, sipping something that tastes vaguely like cough syrup and regret, when he walks in. And everything goes kind of still. He's tall. Not obnoxiously, but tall enough to make you look twice. Lean, peach-colored hair like he did it himself, but it somehow works. A ripped white tee, rings on every finger. He walks like he owns the floor. Like he's already bored of the room. And then, he sees me. Smirks. Walks over. "Do you believe in love at first sight," he says? "Or do I need to walk by again?" I blink. Bold of you to assume I was looking for the first time. He grins, big and unbothered. "So you do speak. Thank God, I was worried you'd just glare at me and vanish." "Still might. Worth the risk." He sticks his hand out. "Noah." I shake it before I can think better of it. His palm is warm. His rings are cool. "Ethan." We talk. I don't mean to, but he's funny. Hot. The kind of hot that doesn't try. He asks what I study. English, I say. He says, "Ah, so you like words that hurt." I ask if he always flirts with strangers like this. He leans closer. "Only when they look like they might bite." And for some reason, I laugh. Like a real laugh. Not forced or bitter or tired. But in the back of my head, something itches. His face, his smile, his eyes. They feel familiar. Like a memory you can't quite hold still. Like smoke in a hallway. He brushes his knuckles against mine when he hands me a drink. And suddenly it hits me. The last name. He says it so casually, like it's not a grenade. Noah Langford. My heart stops. Langford. Avery. No fucking way. About half an hour later. It's been half an hour. Maybe less, maybe more. I don't know, I kind of bolted. Noah was saying something about playlists and bad tattoos, and I just laughed, nodded, said I needed the bathroom, and left through the side door instead. I didn't even finish my drink. I'm walking fast. Too fast. My heart beats in my throat, and I'm trying not to look like a man running from a ghost. Because that's stupid. It's a coincidence. Langford's not an uncommon name. Could be someone else. Could be anyone. Right? I'm overreacting. It's not him. It's not. God, I haven't thought about Avery in months. Maybe a year. I told myself I was done. Over it. He's not even in my world anymore. I left that town behind. Left him behind. My biggest bully. My first crush. My worst heartbreak. All packed up and buried deep in the ground, I promised never to dig up again. No, it can't be related to him. He's so different. Softer, warmer, less cruel. There's no way. Right? But the smirk, the eyes, that goddamn bone structure. My brain's spinning. I reach my dorm, unlock the door with shaking fingers, step inside. It's quiet. Safe. I sit on my bed, don't take off my shoes, just stare at the wall and whisper. No. No, it's not him. It's not. It can't be. And underneath that, a voice I hate. The part of me I locked away a long time ago. Whispering. Well, what if it is? A few days later, Noah Langford won't leave me alone. And I don't mean that in a restraining order way. I mean it in the "you're too smooth for someone who might destroy me" kind of way. Every time I turn a corner, he's there. Day 1, he's outside the zine office like he just knew I'd be there. Day 2, the library, smirking like he invented books. Day 3, outside my lecture hall with 2 iced coffees and a line that makes the girl next to me audibly choke. One's for you, the other's for me. Well, unless you're into sharing, then I'm flexible. I keep trying to avoid him. And he keeps showing up like a freaking recurring dream I didn't ask for. I take longer routes across campus. pretend to check non-existent notifications. Once I even fake a limp just to duck into a building and wait him out. It doesn't work. Somehow, Noah always finds me. And every time, he flirts. Like it's effortless. Like it's reflex. Like I'm the one doing him a favor by still breathing in front of him. He says shit like, "You always look like you're about to say something mean and change my life." Or, "If I bring you a playlist and a plant, will you admit we're dating?" And I hate that it works. I hate that I smile. But underneath the grin, there's static, noise, an ache I buried years ago. Because every time he talks, I hear someone else's voice. Every time he touches my arm, I feel someone else's grip. It's stupid. It's not even logical. Noah is charming, yes, but he's soft in the ways Avery never was. Playful. Kind even. And yet, his face, his smirk, the glint in his eyes when he teases me. It's like Avery cracked open a lighter version of himself and sent him to finish the job. And it's not just the looks. It's the name. Langford. I tell myself it's common. Coincidence. I tell myself Noah's probably got a dentist, uncle, or a second cousin twice removed named Avery Langford. And that I'm being paranoid. Dramatic. But the ache in my stomach doesn't care about statistics. The flinch behind my smile doesn't care about logic. I don't know if Noah's related to Avery. I don't want to know. Because if he is, then all of this flirty chaos, this attention, these slow smiles and quicker heartbeats, it's not new. It's not freedom. It's history. Back from the dead, wearing a prettier mask. And I don't know if I'll survive it twice. 3 days later, it's supposed to be just another party. Too loud, too many lights, everyone either pretending to be cooler than they are or too drunk to remember what shame feels like. Noah finds me before I can even pretend to blend into a corner. "You showed up," he says, like I just passed a test I didn't know I was taking. "I was promised tequila and bad decisions." "You're in luck, I brought both." He smiles like he's carved for trouble. Like he knows I'm seconds from giving in. We've been doing this little dance for a week now. He flirts, I dodge. He leans in, I veer left. But tonight, I let him get close. Just for a second. He laughs. That low, easy kind that gets under my skin. In a way I'm starting to hate. Hand brushing mine when he hands me a drink. Shoulder bumping mine like it's an accident, but we both know it's not. We're standing near the kitchen, some dim halfway light throwing sharp shadows across his face, when he leans closer and says, "Oh, by the way, I invited my brother. He should be here soon." And my stomach drops. Brother. I blink. "You have a brother?" He shrugs. "Yeah, you'll meet him. Don't worry, he's worse than me." He laughs like it's a joke, and I laugh too. But inside everything goes still. Because somehow, I already know. I already hella know. 10 minutes later, he walks in. Black hoodie. Broader than I remember. That same dead serious jawline and green eyes that make me feel 16 again. Bleeding in a bathroom stall. Avery Langford. Noah's brother. Of course. Of course. Of course. I feel the world tilt. My chest tighten. My legs nearly betray me. But I don't run. I won't. I force myself to breathe, smile, pretend I'm not breaking all over again. Noah turns to me. "Hey, he's here! Ethan, this is my brother, Avery." I finish, flat, quiet. Avery stops beside us, black hoodie, arms crossed, same eyes, same everything. He doesn't look surprised, doesn't even blink. Just offers me a half smile like we bumped into each other in a grocery store. "Yeah, I know him all right. We went to high school together." He says it's so easy. So normal. Like we weren't the disaster kids in each other's nightmares. Like he didn't spend years making sure I'd never forget his name. My throat tightens, but I nod, smile. Like I'm fine. "Small world," Noah laughs, still clueless. Man, that's wild. Avery shrugs. "I'll go get drinks." He walks off, and I let Noah put his arm around my waist. I lean into him, smirk up like I've never felt more secure. A little revenge never killed anyone, right? Avery's still watching from the drink table, like he's watching something unravel. His jaw ticks, and before I can even enjoy it, he moves, crosses the room, fast, sharp. His hand finds my wrist. Not hard, not soft, just firm. We need to talk. He pulls me aside like I weigh nothing. We end up in the hallway, near the coat rack and a dying ficus. My pulse is a thunderstorm. I yank my arm back. Touchy! That's how you say hi now? He glares. You shouldn't mess with him. I scoff. Why? Afraid I'll break his heart? His eyes burn through me. He steps in, just close enough for me to feel the heat radiating off his chest. Afraid you'll make me want to frickin' kiss you. The floor drops out beneath me. I stare at him. He stares back. And everything I thought I buried, all the bruises, the rage, the heartbreak, starts clawing its way back up. The next morning, I should have stayed in bed. But I don't do hiding anymore. Not since therapy taught me avoidance is just slow-motion self-destruction. So I show up to class like nothing's wrong. Hoodie on, coffee in hand, brain fried. And guess who's already outside the lecture hall? Noah, leaning against the wall like he belongs in a toothpaste commercial. When he spots me, he lights up. Like really lights up. Like I'm the morning sun and he's been waiting to tan. Hey, trouble. I roll my eyes. Aren't you hungover? I'm 21 and fueled by spite. I bounce. He falls into step beside me. Chatters like we're best friends who kiss sometimes. Which, okay, fair. And just as I settle into pretending this is normal, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. Roses are red, violets are fine. I like the way you look when you're pretending you're not mine. I blink. Look over. Noah's smiling. Not even trying to hide his phone. I choke on my coffee. Is that supposed to be a poem? He shrugs. Depends. Did it work? I feel assaulted. You look flattered. I try to fight the grin tugging at my face. I fail. Later that night, I find a post-it note stuck to my dorm door. It just says, Dare. Kiss me in the hallway. Or are you chicken? Underneath, a tiny sketch of a chicken wearing lipstick. I should throw it away. Instead, I stick it inside my journal. 3 days later. It's 3 days later. I'm walking into the student lounge, half listening to someone complain about cafeteria eggs when I feel it. That pressure. That weird electric sense of being watched. I glance up, and then stop walking. Avery. Sitting on the armrest of one of the lounge couches like he owns the building. Long legs stretched out, hoodie sleeves shoved to his elbows. A book in one hand he's absolutely not reading. What the hell is he doing here? My brain fumbles for logic before Noah strolls in right behind me and casually throws it out. Oh yeah, forgot to mention. Avery's crashing at my place for a couple days. Visiting, stealing my food, acting mysterious, you know. Of course. Of course! Because why wouldn't the universe bring my childhood trauma into my safe zone and sit it on a freaking couch? Noah doesn't notice my internal collapse. He just bumps my shoulder, grinning like he's in a rom-com. Miss me? Tragically. He hands me a cookie. I take it, because I'm weak. And that's when Avery calls out, So, my brother's your type now? My stomach does a somersault. I turn. He's still lounging, unreadable. Guess you're still into jerks. Noah blinks. What? I say nothing. My mouth is full of cookie. My head is full of screaming. Avery stands, walks past us like nothing, doesn't look back. Noah glances between us, suspicious. Do you two, know each other better than I thought? I swallow, smile, lie. He's just mad he's not the one getting your poems. A few days later, it starts gentle. Noah texts me at 1 a.m. Want to get dinner tomorrow? Not cafeteria food, like real people stuff. He's always been flirty, cocky, bold, towing the line like he was born to cross it. But lately, it's been different. Softer. Like he actually sees me. Just me. And God help me I like it. So I say yes. The next night, he picks me up in a thrifted corduroy jacket that looks like it's stolen from the 70s and cologne that smells like vanilla and something sad and expensive. He doesn't bring flowers or open the car door or do anything dramatic. But he smells like this night matters. And that's somehow worse. He takes me to this tiny ramen place hidden behind the campus laundromat. Half the lights are burnt out and there's a handwritten cash only sign taped to the window. It's all chipped tables and fake plants and the smell of garlic clinging to everything. It's perfect. We get a corner booth, slouch into it like it's home. He lets me pick the music on his phone and doesn't flinch when I cue up indie heartbreak songs next to bubblegum pop. We order too much food and he eats like he hasn't tasted joy in a while. I tease him for slurping too loud and he flicks broth at me with his chopsticks like a menace. I ask about his classes, his terrible poetry, why he always wears mismatched socks. He says one's always for comfort, the other's for chaos. Guess which one you are, he adds with a grin. I laugh. I laugh. Not the awkward let's just move on laugh. Not the fake please like me laugh I perfected in high school. Just real. Easy. Like for once I'm not performing. Like for once I can breathe. He tells me I look good when I smile. Doesn't try to touch me. Not even once. Until I reach across the table and brush a noodle off his cheek and our fingers graze. And he looks at me like maybe I'm not a challenge. Maybe I'm a choice. We split dessert. Some mochi thing he insists I try even though he says he hates it. I call him a liar and feed him a bite. He chews like it's sand and glares at me. I grin. Told you. He grins back. And for a second, just 1 second, it's not complicated. It's not about Avery. It's not about the past. It's just two boys, too full, too giddy, too close to something that could be love if we let it. Until halfway through dessert, I glance toward the window, and my stomach drops like I just remembered how heartbreak tastes. Avery, leaning against a lamppost outside like he just happened to be passing by. Watching, not moving, just waiting. A few minutes later, I went out to him, not because I owe him anything, because I want to scream. Avery, what the hell are you doing? He doesn't answer, doesn't look at me, just stares across the parking lot like it has secrets. I shove him, not hard, just enough to make him see me. Stalking now? Is that your new thing? Finally, he turns. Didn't know watching my brother turn into a replacement version of me counted as stalking. I laugh, bitter. He's nothing like you. He's exactly like me. You just like that he says it with a smile. My throat tightens. You're jealous. Of course I'm jealous. And then he grabs me. I should have seen it coming, should have stopped it, but I don't. Because the second his mouth hits mine, everything I've ever buried claws to the surface like it never left. It's rough, desperate. Every bit of high school rage and college confusion wrapped up in teeth and heat and breath. He breaks it off first, looks wrecked. You drive me insane, he whispers. You always have. I stare at him. Fury in my throat, old bruises blooming back to the surface. You spent 4 years making sure I felt alone. You weren't just ignoring me, you hurled the insults too, I say, voice shaking. Don't act like this was just complicated for you. His eyes flick away, jaw tight. I know, he says quietly. I can't take it back, but I didn't know how else to make it stop hurting. Yeah, I know. I know the mistakes I made. We stare at each other, breath harsh, history hot between us. A few days later, I ghost them. Both. But first I lie. I text Noah the morning after our date. If you can still call it that, after his emotionally repressed brother kisses me behind a dumpster like it's a deleted scene from a gay fever dream. Hey, sorry. Pretty sure that ramen place gave me food poisoning. Been dying slowly for 24 hours. Don't want you to catch it. Which is total bullshit. The ramen was perfect. What made me sick was everything else. The kiss, the stare, the way Avery said I drive him insane like I'm not still recovering from high school trauma he personally curated. So yeah, I turn off my phone, skip the zine meeting, say no to every knock on my door. I eat granola bars in bed and pretend if I stay still long enough, the world will stop trying to make me choose between two versions of heartbreak. I go to class. I nod at professors. I almost believe I'm functional. Almost. Until my phone buzzes. Noah. Hey, so, slight thing. I might have told my mom we're seeing each other. She invited you to family dinner Friday. Please say yes so I don't die. I stare at the message, out loud, to no one. What the actual... Then I throw my phone across the room. Pick it up again, sigh through my soul, then reply instantly. Tell her I tragically passed from my mystery stomach virus. Dude, come on. Noah, I'm not family dinner material. I'm not even brunch with strangers material. Please. She's already set a spot for you. She keeps calling you Ethan, the charming one. You haven't even met her yet. I groan, bury my face in my pillow. I'm emotionally unwell. She made lasagna. I pause. Does it have the crispy top layer? She knows what she's doing. I lie there, staring at the ceiling like it personally betrayed me. Then finally, I sigh like I'm being drafted into war. Fine. But if I die in your childhood home, I'm haunting your fridge. It's worth it. I'd share shelf space with you any day. God help me. I smile. Friday. They live in a cute house. Too cute. Like throw pillow cute. Like fresh cut flowers on the table cute. It should be illegal. Noah opens the door in a soft blue shirt that makes his freckles look like poetry and poor choices. He grins like I didn't fake food poisoning to ghost him for a week. You showed. You threatened me with lasagna. I'm only human. He laughs, pulls me in. Inside, the walls are covered in framed baby photos and inspirational quotes in curly fonts. Live, laugh, love my ass. And then I see him. Avery. Avery. Already in the living room, hoodie sleeves pushed to his elbows, arms crossed like he's holding himself back from punching a wall or me. He nods once when he sees me. That's it. Cool, casual, like he didn't kiss me like I was a lifeline and then vanish into the night like some gay Batman. Their mom appears next. Bright blonde hair, loud earrings, the kind of smile that makes you feel safe even when you know you're not. She pulls me into a hug before I can protest. Ethan, finally! You're even cuter than Noah said. I blink. He said I was cute? Constantly, she chirps. Now come sit, sweetie. I do. Because what else do you do when chaos has dimples? We sit around the dinner table like we're in a sitcom. There's garlic bread, candles, actual wine. I want to die. Noah's foot brushes mine under the table. I twitch. He grins and leaves it there. Then, a sharp kick to my shin. I choke on air, look up. Avery, glaring. Fork in one hand, malice in the other. Everything okay? Their mom asks, all sunshine. Fine, I cough. Just inhaled a breadcrumb. Noah shoots me a little smirk. Avery stabs a meatball like it personally insulted him. Halfway through round 2 of lasagna, the reminiscing starts. Of course it does. You know, their mom says, swirling wine like she's not about to destroy me emotionally. Avery used to talk about you all the time back in high school. I freeze. So does he. Noah perks up. Wait, really? Oh God, constantly, she laughs. Always. Ethan this, Ethan that. I thought you two were friends. We weren't, I said automatically. Oh, I know that now, but back then, it was like Ethan got top marks again. Ethan's blog got shared by some poetry site. Ethan wore that weird jacket today. Who wears that kind of print? She pauses to take a sip, then adds, dreamily, you know, I used to think maybe he liked you. The room goes dead silent. Avery's fork stills mid-cut. Noah blinks. I stop breathing. I mean, she continues, completely unaware of the emotional apocalypse she just summoned. He even got on that fight with that awful senior, what was his name? Who called you... Fairy something? Boy, I croaked. Fairy boy. Right, she nods. After those awful boys shoved you into the lockers, oh, it must have been terrifying. I kept hearing how Avery just lost it. He stormed into the bathroom after you, gave you his jacket. Back then, I thought that meant you two were friends, she winks. After all, he was so protective of you. My fork clatters to the floor. Everyone jumps. Noah looks between us like he's trying to read subtitles that won't load. Wait, you had a crush on him? Shut the hell up! I'm gonna throw myself out the window. Their dad chuckles like we're adorable. Their mom just smiles and reaches for more bread. You boys and your drama, she says. More lasagna? A few minutes later. A few minutes after dinner, I crack. The air feels too thick, my skin too tight. I mumble some excuse, something stupid about needing to call my roommate, and slide my chair back so fast it screeches. Noah frowns. Hey, you okay? I nod, lie, then bolt. I make it to the sidewalk before I hear the door behind me open. Footsteps. Avery. Of course. I whirl around before he can speak. Did you tell her, I ask? Did you ever tell her the truth? He looks caught, but not surprised. No, she figured it out. She said you liked me, in high school, that you talked about me, got into fights over me. I pause, my voice shakes. Was that true? Avery stares at me like it hurts. Yeah, one word. Quiet, brutal, true. Then why? I whisper. Why the hell did you treat me like shit? His jaw clenches. He steps back like I slapped him. Because I was scared. My voice cracks, brittle with anger and hurt. You were supposed to be different, Avery, but you were in on it. Maybe you didn't throw the hardest punches, but the words, the looks, God, you made me hate myself more than any fist ever did. He winces, like I've handed him the truth and it burned. I hated what I felt for you, so I tried to hurt you under the cover of everyone else's cruelty. I told myself if I made you smaller, maybe the way you made my heart feel wouldn't show. I blink. Of me? No. Of me, he says, voice rough. Of what I felt, of how real it was. I hated it. I hated how much I noticed you, how much I wanted to be near you, and I didn't know how to handle that, so I pushed it down. Pushed you down, and I never stopped regretting it. I'm silent. His voice is rough now, softer. But you were never weak, Ethan. I was. I was the coward. And then, he steps forward, kisses me. Not rough like last time, not desperate, just real. And my whole chest cracks open. I let it happen. Let the kiss happen. Let the part of me that's always wanted him, always, have this one reckless second. Until... What the hell is this? Noah. He's standing 10 feet away, frozen. And I swear I feel the world split. His eyes, those stupid soft hazel eyes, are wide with betrayal. You kissed him. I try to speak. Can't. You kissed him? He's shaking, but not crying. Not yet. Instead, he lunges. Straight at Avery. It's fists and fury in seconds. Avery shoves him back, but Noah comes in swinging. You always take everything! Noah yells. You never cared what it cost! I stayed away, Noah. I tried. I thought if I gave him everything, you'd finally let me have something for once! Punch, shove, gritted teeth and bleeding knuckles. They're not brothers anymore. They're two kids who love the same ghost and can't stand the fact that he loved them back unequally. Stop it! I shout. No one listens, so I step between them. Stop it! Stop! You're brothers! I'm not worth this! I was never worth this! They freeze, blood dripping from Avery's lip. Noah's chest heaving, and me, just shaking in the middle. I can't do this, I say, barely holding. I'm not choosing between you both. I can't. They both start to speak, but I turn, and I walk away. I leave them behind. Leave everything behind. Because maybe I'm not the one who was too soft. Maybe I was just trying to survive two different versions of heartbreak that were never mine to carry. 2 years later, I left. No dramatic goodbye, no speech, no last kiss. I just packed a bag, unenrolled, and disappeared. Transferred to another school 3 cities away. Changed my number, deleted socials, ghosted both of them because I couldn't do it. I couldn't stand between two brothers, two people who bled for me in different ways, who hurt each other because of me. It was toxic, twisted, and somewhere in the middle of it all, I lost track of who I was trying to save. Them or me. I still remember the train ride out of town, rain against the windows, my reflection in the glass, all hollow eyes and half-healed bruises, inside and out. I had one suitcase, a jacket that smelled like someone I wasn't allowed to miss, and a chest full of things I never said. The guilt ate at me, every day. I kept wondering if they'd fix things, if I'd shattered something that couldn't be put back together. But time moved, and I told myself they were probably okay now, probably better. Maybe they went back to being brothers. Maybe they forgave each other. Maybe in a world without me, they finally had peace. Now, it's been 2 years. I write freelance for a local LGBTQ plus mag. We're in a tiny apartment that smells like ink and cinnamon toast. I have friends who don't ask questions, and I haven't said either of their names out loud since the night I left. I don't talk about Avery's kiss, or Noah's heartbreak, or that moment between them. Fists flying, blood dripping, both of them fighting over someone who was never whole to begin with. Then summer comes, and with it, the Pride event. I go with my editor to cover it, to feel something, to remember what community means, just to be part of it, even if my heart still feels like a missing poster half the time. I'm halfway through photographing drag queens in neon mesh when I feel it. A pull, a presence. I turn, and there he is. Avery. Buzzcut, sunburnt, a little older, a little heavier in the shoulders. Standing at a volunteer table for a small nonprofit, holding a flyer. Support queer youth with trauma. Of course. He doesn't notice me at first, not really. He's focused on the pamphlets, the sign-up sheet, his own trembling hands. Then his eyes flick up and land on mine. We lock. Neither of us moves. And in that single second, I feel it all rushing back. The bathroom, the jacket, the kiss. His brother's voice saying, "You kissed him?" Avery's eyes widen just a fraction. Then, just barely, soften. And for a second, he smiles. Not big, not confident. Just enough to crack something inside me. He steps forward, but doesn't speak. Just reaches into the inside pocket of his denim jacket. Pulls out a crumpled envelope. He looks down at it like he forgot it was there. Like it's been lying in that pocket too long. Then, he hands it to me. Our fingers brush. I swallow. He opens his mouth, maybe to say something, maybe not. But instead, he just nods and walks away. Inside the envelope, a single folded Polaroid. Me. High school me. Sitting on the grass behind the gym, laughing, eyes closed, sun-washed. A moment I never knew was beautiful. A moment he saw when I didn't. On the back, in messy black ink, I was always looking. I just didn't know how to stay. 3 weeks later, I should have said no. The minute Jules said queer weekend Airbnb, I should have made up an excuse. A deadline, a funeral, a fake wedding in Guatemala, anything. But I said yes, because I'm tired, because I miss people, because I thought time had dulled the ache enough. It hadn't. The house is too pretty. String lights on the porch, board games stacked in the corner, a hot tub, mismatched mugs. Someone even brought cinnamon candles. It smells like hope, which is cruel, really, because when I walk into the living room, I see them. Noah, Avery, both. Two ghosts in very alive bodies. Noah's hair is longer now, messier, still beautiful in that wide-eyed, freckled way. Avery looks the same, buzz cut, dark hoodie, shoulders too heavy like guilt clings to him. We freeze. The weekend is torture. Every room holds tension like it's furniture. If Noah walks into the kitchen, Avery walks out. If Avery sits on the porch, Noah pretends he's not watching from the window. And me? I keep sipping tea I don't want and pretending I can breathe. Game night. Someone suggests truth or dare because apparently the universe wants me to suffer. We get through harmless rounds. Until Noah leans back, lazy and dangerous, and says, "Avery, truth. What's your biggest regret?" Everyone laughs like it's just a game. But Avery's eyes find mine. And for the first time all weekend, he doesn't look away. I called him a freak so I wouldn't call him mine. The room goes silent. My lungs stop working. And I run. I make it to the laundry room, close the door, slide down to the floor like it's the only solid thing left in the world. I hate him. I hate that I don't hate him. I hate that Noah's probably out there hurting again. I hate that I keep ending up in rooms with them. That part of me still wants them both. The door opens, soft footsteps. It's Noah. He sits beside me, quiet. We don't speak for a while. Then, I knew, he says. Back then, about him. About how he looked at you. I swallow. Why'd you come here, Noah? Because I thought I was over it, he says. I thought if I saw you, I'd be okay. I thought I could just be near you without wanting things that hurt. He looks at me, and I don't move, because he's still beautiful, and kind, and real. And before I can stop it, before I can ruin it again, I kiss him. Soft, careful. His hands tremble as they find mine. He kisses back like he's scared I'll vanish. But then, the door creaks. Avery. He stops when he sees us, jaw tight, eyes unreadable. He turns to leave, but I stop him. Wait! He hesitates. I get up, walk to him. We're a breath apart. Why now, I ask? Why say that? Why here? He shrugs, because I never stopped meaning it. I look at him, at the boy who broke me, at the man who's been breaking himself ever since. And I kiss him too. It's not soft like Noah. It's sharp, painful. Like biting into a memory and finding it's still alive. His hands grip my waist like he's scared I'll shatter. When I step back, both of them are staring at me. Noah, Avery. Neither speaks, neither moves. And me? I run a hand through my hair, heart pounding. I'm sorry, I whisper. I didn't mean to. I don't know how to hold all of this. I never did. They don't answer, but they don't leave either. The next morning, the Airbnb is too quiet. Everyone's packing. People hug goodbye in the kitchen. Laughter echoes faintly off last night's mess. Half-drunk ciders, someone's forgotten hoodie, a board game still mid-play. I don't see Noah. At first I assume he's in the shower, or still asleep, or maybe, honestly, I just don't want to think about him yet. Not after everything. It's Jules who hands me the envelope. Hey, Noah left this for you. My chest tightens. Left. I take it slowly, like it might burn. It's sealed in plain white. My name on the front. No flourish, just Ethan in his neat, slanted handwriting. I already know the rest of my day is ruined. I open it. Ethan, I wanted to be your healing. I thought maybe I could be, but maybe I was just your distraction. Something that let you pretend the wounds weren't still open. That he didn't still live under your skin. It's okay. I still love you anyway. Not because I think you'll come after me. Not because I think you should. But because I'd rather love you quietly than beg you loudly. Be okay. Please. Noah. I sit on the edge of the couch and stare at the floor for a long time. I don't cry. It doesn't feel like something you cry over. It feels like a bruise. Deep, dull, permanent. Because Noah loved me, and I might have loved him too. But some love doesn't get to stay. Not because it wasn't good, but because it wasn't right for forever. Days pass. I go home, sleep too much, then not at all. Keep Noah's letter folded inside a book I can't finish. I delete his number, save it in a notes app. I keep a mug from the Airbnb. I don't know why. It just feels like something I'm allowed to keep. And I don't expect to see Avery again. Not really. So when one day, he knocks at my door, suddenly, unexpectedly, I don't answer right away. I just look at him. Same hoodie, same green eyes, something sore in them now. Something scared. I'll walk away if you tell me to, he says. I've hurt you enough, probably forever. And if staying only makes it worse, I'll go. I will. I study him. The boy who bruised me. The man who kissed me like he wanted to put the pieces back. And maybe this is stupid. Maybe it's still a risk. But I step forward. Look him in the eye and say, soft but steady, then stay. And don't ever run again. He doesn't speak, just nods once, and pulls me in like he's been waiting to finally breathe. A few months later, we don't dive in. There's no cinematic montage, no passionate sex in the rain, no glowing, immediate us. There's just a beginning. One slow, careful beginning. Avery comes over the next night with takeout and a stack of dog-eared poetry books. He doesn't try to kiss me. He doesn't even sit next to me on the couch until I pat the cushion. He just shows up. That's what he keeps doing. Showing up. And honestly, that's the most romantic thing anyone's ever done for me. He starts therapy, voluntarily, without me asking. He texts me after the first session. Didn't cry, didn't punch anyone, mild progress. The second week he says, I think I've been angry since I was 12 and didn't know why I wanted to kiss the boy I was punching. The third, he doesn't text. He just shows up at my door, eyes red, arms hanging awkwardly at his sides. I open the door, don't say anything. He walks in and pulls me into the gentlest hug of my life. We fight. Of course we fight. Sometimes I flinch when he raises his voice, not yelling, just frustrated. And he sees it, freezes, sits down, says, I'm sorry, before I even realize what happened. One night I say something about Noah and he stiffens. Says he doesn't want to talk about his brother, that he's still ashamed. I snap. Tell him if he wants this to work, he can't cut pieces of me out just because they're uncomfortable. He leaves, but comes back 20 minutes later. I want all of you, he says. Even the parts I messed up. We build a rhythm. Friday nights, take out and indie movies we barely watch. Sunday mornings, he drinks my cinnamon coffee, I steal his hoodie. Wednesdays, he walks me to class even though he doesn't go here, says it's emotional support. Really, I think he just likes being around. He doesn't say I love you, not at first. He says, be careful and eat something, and I'm proud of you. And when I hand him the first draft of my new essay, he reads every word twice before whispering, you made me beautiful. I publish it in the campus lit mag. My bully wrote me love letters. He just never signed them. It's about pain, but also about survival. About trauma that wraps itself around affection. About learning to love what once made you small, because it grew up and apologized. Avery reads it in silence, then hugs me so tight my ribs complain, then kisses my forehead. And that night, while I'm brushing my teeth, he says it. I love you. No pressure, no expectation. Just a truth he needed to say. A few minutes later, I find his old Letterman jacket in the back of my closet. One I saved from our childhood, which suspiciously still fits me. I shrug it on. Walk into the kitchen, he looks up from his coffee. Chokes. You're evil! I grin. Say it. No. Say it. You're hot and evil, and I hate you. I kiss him. Slow, long, familiar. You love me. He rolls his eyes, but doesn't argue. We're not perfect. We never will be. But we're real now. And real? God, baby, real is the most beautiful thing we've ever been. A year later. It's been a year. 12 months since that night at the Airbnb. Since Noah left a letter on a couch and Avery kissed my spine like it was breakable. And now, we're good. Like good. We moved in together 6 months ago. A little apartment with bad plumbing and sunlight that hits the floor just right around 4 p.m. Avery still grumbles every time I steal the blanket, and I still pretend not to hear his alarm at 7 o'clock a.m. But we brush our teeth next to each other now. We have a shared grocery list and matching mugs and a tiny plant named Leonard who refuses to die. He's still in therapy. He still talks to his mom once a week. He sent Noah a birthday card this year. Didn't expect a reply. Didn't get one. I still write, mostly queer essays. Healing stuff, but sometimes I write little love notes in Avery's jacket pockets. Dumb ones. Things like, "You left your heart on the sink again. I washed it for you." "You're not allowed to die. I called dibs on you." He pretends to hate them. He keeps every single one. It's a Friday. I think we're just going on a date. Dinner, movies, his hand in mine. My favorite kind of simple. We're walking through the park at dusk, and I mid-rant about how baby pigeons are a government conspiracy when he stops. Just stops. I turn around. He's not next to me anymore. He's behind me, kneeling. I freeze. My brain dies. "Get up," I whisper. "You're gonna get dirt on your jeans." He smiles, soft, nervous. I don't care. I blink. "Is this?" He pulls something out of his pocket. Not a ring box. A folded piece of paper. Old. Worn soft at the edges. The ink smudged like it's been opened too many times. I frown, confused. Until I see my own handwriting. I blink. "Is that?" He nods. "You wrote it. Freshman year. After I shoved your books and told you to grow a spine." I open it. It's barely a sentence. Something stupid, sarcastic, written in blue pen on a torn scrap of notebook paper. "If you hate me so much, maybe stop staring." I laugh, too shocked to cry. "You kept this?" He nods again, quieter this time. "I read it 100 times, back then. When I didn't know if I wanted to punch you or tell you everything. It made me feel seen, even when I didn't deserve it." He holds it out like it's proof of who we were, who we are. I know I ruined a lot of things, but not this. Not us. Not if you still want me. Then he pulls out the ring. Simple, silver, no flash, just steady. "Ethan, will you marry me?" I cry. Hard. Ugly, gasping, half-laughing tears. I drop to my knees too, and grab his stupid hoodie and kiss him so hard he loses balance. "Yes," I whisper. "Yes, yes, God, of course, yes." And he laughs. That rare, beautiful Avery laugh. The one I only ever get when he's really happy. We sit in the grass, the sun setting, his forehead against mine. And I think, this is it. This is what surviving was for. Later, we're curled up on the couch. I'm wearing the ring, he's reading the news out loud in terrible accents. My phone buzzes. New message, unknown number. "Hey, it's Noah. I'm in town for a few days. I'd really like to see you, if you're okay with that." My heart stutters. Avery reads over my shoulder. He doesn't say anything, just squeezes my hand. And in that quiet moment, between old heartbreak and new beginnings, I feel it. We're gonna be okay. Even if the past knocks again, we're not who we were. Not anymore. 2 days later. 2 days after the text, I'm pacing my apartment like it owes me rent money. Avery watches from the couch, legs spread, arms crossed, trying to look chill, but his jaw's doing that twitchy thing it does when he's silently spiraling. "You don't have to stay," I say for the 5th time. "I'm not leaving," he says for the 5th time. And that should be comforting, but my chest feels tight. Old bruises pressing up like they want a second chance to break me. Because Noah's coming. No warning, no explanation, just, "Hey, I'd like to see you." Why now? Why me? Why dinner? The knock comes at 7:02 p.m. My whole body flinches. Avery opens the door before I can. Noah stands there in black jeans and a windbreaker, hair a little longer, face a little older, still somehow soft. His eyes flick to me. Hey, I say back. We don't hug, just nod. Like two soldiers returning to old battlefield ground, unsure if the mines are still buried. Dinner's quiet, at first. Pasta, garlic bread, Avery's attempt at salad, it's just lettuce and vibes. We talk about nothing. Traffic, the weather, a barista who spelled his name Noah like it was a medieval town. And then... I was so angry with you, Noah says suddenly, looking at Avery. For a long time. Avery stiffens beside me, says nothing. You kissed him, while I was in love with him. I know, Avery murmurs, and I'm sorry. I really am. Don't, Noah cuts in. Don't apologize yet. The air crackles. I hold my breath. Avery's whole body goes rigid. Noah keeps his eyes on his plate, pushing food around. I didn't come here to fight, I swear. He finally looks up. I came to tell you something. My heart slams. He pulls something from his coat pocket. A wedding invitation. My eyes snap up. You're getting married? Avery actually chokes on his water. Noah laughs. Like a little warm, self-conscious laugh. Yeah, in like 2 months. I blink. To who? And that's when he tells us. About meeting this guy at a queer bookshop, about their first fight over whether the price of salt was better than Carol, about their second day turning into a 3-day road trip, about how this guy makes him laugh in the middle of crying, and how one night he caught him looking at him the same way Avery looked at me. And I knew, Noah says. I knew what that meant. Even if it hurt, even if I had to lose something to find it. He takes a breath. His voice softens. I'm happy. I smile. Tears sting my eyes, but I don't cry. I just get up, wrap my arms around him. He hugs me back, tight, like no bitterness left in his bones. I'm proud of you, I whisper. I know, he says. You always were. When I pull away, I see Avery. He's standing, like he wants to move, but he doesn't. Like he's waiting for permission. Noah looks at him. Something passes between them. Then Noah steps forward. I hated you, he says, for a long time. Avery nods. I deserved that. You did. But I missed you more. Avery's breath catches. I feel it from across the room. Noah shrugs one shoulder. Casual, but his eyes are glassy. So, if you want, only if you want. He clears his throat. Will you be my best man? Avery's mouth actually falls open. And then, yeah, he says, rough, real. Yeah, I want that. They hug. Awkward, tense, but real. And I'm watching 2 broken parts of the past finally reach out, touch, heal. Later, after Noah leaves, Avery and I sit on the balcony with mugs of something warm. Neither of us says anything for a while. Then he turns to me. You okay? Yeah, I say. Are you? He nods, swallows. Feels like I got my brother back. I smile. You did. He looks at me. And I didn't lose you. I lean into him. No, you never did. We sit there, quiet, as the city hums around us. Above us, the stars come out, and below them, 3 boys who once broke each other, now trying to become whole, together. 5 years later, they're not perfect. Avery still growls at bad drivers like they can hear him through the windshield. Still refuses to buy a new phone case even though his current one has a crack shaped like Texas and barely holds together with hope and tape. Still insists on doing the grocery run alone because I take too long in the snack aisle, even though he always comes back with 3 things I love and none of what's on the list. He still grumbles when I cry at rom-coms, still holds my hand under the table during family dinners, still kisses me like he's sorry for every year he didn't know how. And me? I still talk too fast when I'm nervous. Still wear glitter chapstick that magically ends up on this collar. Still wake up sometimes in the middle of the night, heart pounding, like I'm 17 again and hiding in a bathroom stall. And then I reach over, and he's there. Warm, breathing, heavy arm flung across my stomach like I'm something worth guarding. Even when he hogs the blanket. Even when his foot ends up in my face. Even when he snores like he's fighting demons in his sleep. We're messy, we're loud, we're here. Together. Our baby boy's name is Evan. 3 years old, wild and soft. All dimples and dinosaur pajamas. He's got Avery's scowl when he's focused and my exact laugh when he thinks he's being sneaky. His dark hair curls at the ends and his nose scrunches when he's concentrating. And I swear, some days I look at him and forget how to breathe. People say families are supposed to match, but ours fits even better. Chosen, built, and entirely ours. Sometimes when I tuck Evan in, I think about the day we brought him home. The paperwork, the nerves, the way he clung to Avery's thumb and called me Dada for the first time. Our family didn't start with a hospital. We built it. Piece by patient piece,